So today what we're going to look at is the illusion of choice and the brewing crisis of confidence. Because frankly, the banks no longer have confidence in each other, so it is only the public confidence in the financial system that is continuing to keep this illusion going. And once that confidence goes, it can happen very, very quickly. So today we're going to look at what the illusion is and how do you recognize it? Because of course we've all been born into the illusions. We're also going to take a look at the money illusion because that impacts all of us and it's something we work for and we save for the future. And then finally, we're going to look at why that illusion is changing now. And I can tell you this quite simply, it's because trust around the globe is at all-time lows. So let's take a look. Now, we just did this verbally by going through from JP Morgan Chase to Greenspan. So now I want to do it visibly. We heard what that sounds like, and you have to attune your ears to understand the illusion. But we're going to start with the truth. So in 1912, 1/20th of an ounce of gold, or $1, bought 20 loaves of bread. And then the illusion begins. So you can see how it has cycled through removing the gold and adding the fiat until we get to 1971. And I'd like you to notice that 20 loaves of bread to 6 loaves of bread, we could convert dollars into gold up until 1933. Government still could. After 71 they couldn't. So what really happened at that point is that we were on a pure debt-based system, and quite frankly, the only difference between these two bills is your belief that one has more value than the other. And even throwing in the digital money, your credit cards or debit cards, and the direction that they want to take us in, and they will, which is cashless. The only difference between all three of these is your belief that they have value, or even that one has more value than the other. Ever since 1971, that's how it's been. So we went through the different cycles of the floating rates and then the repegging of the currencies to the different currencies. But then the system started breaking down in a very pervasive way. In 2008, that crisis killed the financial system that we knew from 71. Okay? They put us on life support, but the life support started breaking down in January 2015 with the Swiss surprise. And in August of 2015, with the Chinese market rout and the Chinese currency surprise, it started to become apparent that the illusion was no longer working. And so they made very good haste to get us into position to reset the system through hyperinflation. And they've given us a roadmap. If you haven't looked at the 2 webinars on the SDR and going cashless, do yourself a favor and go watch them, because they've laid out exactly how they're going to do this. And then now we're in a race, we'll talk about that in a minute, but once we are all bloodied, battered, and bruised enough and the wealth has been transferred, then the truth comes out again. And we will end up with some component of gold in the new money system. And the IMF has even talked about this for the SDR, because that's the only way to get anybody to trust the system again. But I want you to think about this. Based upon the dollar cost of a 20th of an ounce of a gold maple leaf, you could still buy 46 loaves of bread with that 20th of an ounce of gold today. So it should be very clear that the truth is that gold maintains your purchasing power. Look at this, a quarter of a loaf of bread in August of 2015. That's the illusion, that's the lie, this is the truth.